progress on the time and not to take anyone's more time than we need today. The session will be approximately 30 minutes. The main objective today is to tell you about the course that will be taking place, to tell you also about what to expect, for whom it is the best, to join in terms of the course content and prerequisites. And the final part will be to answer all your questions. So that's the main thing why we are having it here. It is to interact, to know if you will have any concerns or any questions that we can live, answer and see with you. So the session today is focusing about the short course called Enabling Innovation with Data Science. And my name is Anna Fournier. I'm Principal Data Scientist at the Swiss Data Science Center. I am, together with Matthias, co-organizers of the course. And we also will be participating in some of the teaching activities and bringing our experience together with the rest of the team who will give this course. As the small disclaimer that this session will be recorded because some of the people who have been interested to join cannot make it, and so we decided to make it available at a later time. Starting with a small introduction of what is the Swiss Data Science Center and why we are here and who we are. So the Swiss Data Science Center is a joint venture between ETH Zurich and EPFL. It has been created in 2017 with the mission to accelerate the adoption of data science and AI in Switzerland. And this, as you can see from the parts here below, it can be done on multiple aspects, from starting on the strategical part to delivery of the applied use cases, and with different types of communities. Of course, SDSC is active by working with the academic teams as well as the industry, and we have quite a few things that happened along the way during the SDSC growth. So from the start, when we had the team on the applied research, the SDSC has incorporated additional open source software platform and tool for data science that is now being used a lot in the teaching and different universities, not only the Swiss ones. In 2019, the innovation team that works primarily with various organizations and companies has joined to create this bridging gap between the academic theoretical knowledge and how we would bring it into practical applications for the operations in the company, or maybe improving the revenue of the company, and etc. So how can we translate this? In 2021, you have seen on the slide before as well that the new office joined in the Paul Scherrer Institute. And later on, of course, there is no data science without a proper interoperability as well as privacy, data governance. And that's Ordes team opening this and following on this topic. And now more and more we are developing the more verticals that are the core of the ETH domain has been prioritized. So biomedical team have started this year, but also in the next year, that's led all of this journey of our establishment, is the creation of the national research infrastructure that the Swiss Data Science Center will become. And that comes with the mission of giving back on a higher span of type of projects that we work and type of educational offers we have, and to reach the Swiss communities in general. What is maybe as a back step of the learning experience that we had over these years is, because we collaborate with so many domains and so many companies that have the team, either the established ones, data science team, or still growing some of them, we have been learning as well as delivering, as well as exchanging with the companies and working really hand in hand, and collecting all this knowledge, collecting all the best lessons learned and experience for the how the data science is nowadays used. And also throughout, let's say, the whole journey, there are three main steps. We would at first establish our knowledge by delivering, working on actual projects. We would be giving back by the educating and creating tailored courses or specific trainings and coaching sessions to the different organizations. And we also help with the transfer of talent and knowledge, then as this need to bring back to the community everything that we have been so far exposed to. And so the course that has been originally created by the Swiss Data Science Center with support of the UNIL EPFL Extension School, it had been taken place this year in spring. We have had a lot of participants from various backgrounds, really from the managers of the teams to the executives who are leading the companies. And we have seen so much demand for the course that it was only natural to continue and to also create a same course offering at the ETH, so in the eastern part of Switzerland, that is led then by ETH Zurich, and where we will be, where the course will take place. All of this knowledge that we have collected, we decided to put it into 5 Fridays. They are not consecutive because of the holiday period that is happening in the end of, I believe, end of January, no, in February, in mid of February. And we will have this in-person course that will take place in Oerlikon, Swiss AI Tower. It's one of our offices at ETH. And this, I will also talk why the in-person participation is actually really useful for the course because of all the exchanges that we have between participants in addition to the program. So why would we even need a course of something like this? You would not be surprised by this overwhelming expectations. And let me walk you through this cartoon here that the manager is saying that your job is digital transformation and it should be disruptive. We need absolutely new way of thinking. We need it to be adopted across entire organization. This is absolutely the priority. So you are responsible and good luck with this summer internship. While this is, let's say, cartoonistic way of depicting some part of reality, it's more to say that there is a lot of expectations and need, but not maybe enough of the promise that has been put into an actionable use of the data science that we would see as a reward coming back. And you can see here from the BCG survey where while AI is something that is highly regarded upon and expected a lot, currently there is not all the benefits that have been given back or have been really shown the promise. There are several things that can be motivating as a reasons why this is happening. And one and priority is that not many people have enough of the data science background who would be in a senior role to deliver and to be able to spot, the gap between what is the ways of the technically tackling some of the problems and how can we actually bring it into the use of our daily operations or higher revenue or something that we actually can have a measurable business impact or in this or for our organization maybe more efficiency impact. The other part is, of course, there is a lot of misunderstanding or not realistic expectations that puts the teams that are working on the data science project under pressure because they are expected to deliver something grand. And so it's much better to know exactly what is behind those techniques and what is feasible to achieve. That's why the second part is coming as one more motivation. And the last one is absolutely the AI right now is regarded as very, in-demand hype topic. But behind it, there are very solid, machine learning, statistical methods, all of the approaches that have been there for years. And right now, labeling everything as AI is also not a way to maybe proceed the best. So understanding what are the foundations that are allowing the models to perform well, what are the requirements, what are limitations of those systems is something that's very necessary. And so we put this course to be able to also address this part. Start a bit of the word about who we would be usually seeing in this course based on the for whom the content is tailored, as well as the previous course that we have given. It is people who are leading the teams that are dealing with data. And you might not be per se involved in the data wrangling, data analysis, or you will have a team, but you need to have the understanding how it works, what is the best maybe to recommend, or to understand when your team is coming with suggestion, we can do this algorithm versus another, you would be able to judge maybe on the potential, what is the best way to move forward. So basically, you need to have this overviewing role of decision making, and that's why we call it for decision makers and executives to be able to give a good guidance during the projects when they are developing. So as mentioned, we don't expect you to know Python. We don't expect you to have a MATLAB background or Perl or any other for that matter, but you have to be enough technical in terms of need to understand what is the data that your team is dealing with, so that you can also translate those needs into then the final metrics, how you will be tracking if this project will be successful or not, for example. So summarizing all of this, we in the course, we will tailor to the for you to sharpen the strategic skills. So how would you manage the project? How would you define from a very, very starting point, would it be the proof of the concept to a fully deployable application, to be able just to grasp the concepts and, to follow the project progress? We would give you enough of the depth to understand the theoretical concepts of algorithm. So why does it work? Where are the problems? What are the limitations? Also, what are the advantages? In which situation you will go for one method versus another? And the main part as well, from this experience that we took from the companies and organizations is what is the way that the data science techniques are currently used in these companies. So we will have companies coming to co-present with us their use cases to show you that it's not only the theory or something that's great as a concept, but actually how is it used in practice. And the fun part of this is that it will not be alone learning. It will be not only with the teacher, but the whole community of people joining the course. You will be exchanging your lessons learned, your experience, all of this networking opportunity to get to know and to share some of the maybe frustration points or some success stories. This is where you can also build some of your network and to feel support in addition to what you will take as the knowledge. Here is the schedule of the program, and you can see that in the green part here, we have the practical data science, meaning that if you were to deploy some solutions or how you would be considering one project versus another. So we need to make it for the real world scenarios, and that's what we've done here. We will have quite a few, but still they will be very good foundational theoretical knowledge. You will see these are in blue sessions here, from the supervised learning to unsupervised, all the buzz about the LLMs that is actually coming and stemming from the natural language processing, as well as computer vision and the other techniques. In the afternoon, so usually after the sessions, we will have time to train and have hands-on sessions. And I will show you just in a few slides what such a hands-on session will look like, since you might be curious how, if I'm not coding, I can still do some of these exercises. And you can see that more or less half of the course is filled with use cases. And this is what part in yellow, this is where we will be presenting the actual applied use and what we've done with different organizations. And you can see throughout the instructor list, this is split course, so we are co-delivering together with our colleagues from EPFL. Our executive director Olivier Verschure will also join and be teaching part of the course. The head of the innovation team, Silvia Quatteroni, will be also giving her extensive knowledge on the natural language processing. And we have a lot of senior instructors who are not the theoretical, professors in this case, but who are people working on the actual projects, delivering them. So this is really practical experience that we put together here. And just a glimpse of what you would expect in one of the days. Say we are going to the day number 3. We will start with the unsupervised learning and sometimes serious models as the concept to understand how they work, what are the different metrics, what are the algorithm limitations and advantages. We will just have a discussion right after about the anomaly detection for the energy consumption that is implemented by using this technique in a company. And I will be happy to give you more insights later. Then we will have to try on by ourselves to do some of the modeling. And this should not be only about, theoretical trying of the exercises, but we will be bringing the next step is to use case that you have in your organization that you will need to do a canvas exercise to actually map all the steps of the data science to the problem or idea that you have in-house. So this is where it will be applied also, and when going back to your personal need for use of these techniques. And we will be continuing with how do we understand those algorithms, explainability, how can we measure, what are the metrics, what are the testing scenarios we could put to actually, check if it's performing well as we expected and not only on the Jupyter notebook. And finalizing by more experience from our SDSC partners and use cases. The small snapshot about what the hands-on session would look like. And as we told you, you don't need to have the coding experience, but this is the part which is really important for you to understand the steps in the data science pipeline of how they are first structured, how they are interacting with each other, and what do you get from the start till the end. And so this is where you see we will start with the reading in file. It's a drag and drop kind of interface that's interactive. You can always go into the part of the scripted version that's if you are interested in the function that's behind, of course. But at the same time, it allows you to then verify that your data is read correctly, your table looks well, so that you might even plot what are the contents to see if there are any outliers or weird data points. You would filter some of the columns to just to keep the ones that are important for your model training. And after filtering, you would also check that it's correctly, capturing only the part of the data you have. And with that, you will train the linear regression classifier, or maybe an unsupervised algorithm, or the computer vision algorithm. And we will be checking with you how well is it performing, what are the predictions that it makes, and write out then the output with our maybe ranking of the different clients who would have a marketing campaign sent to them. This is just an example. It's will be tailored during the class, but just to give you an idea, this is what the hands-on session looks like, so that you are not scared or expecting something different. And of course, we, as we are all data scientists, we can help you to implement and show you examples also with Python. So this is up to you how much technical you want to go, but as a basis, we expect you to be able to follow the whole process and the pipeline. With this, I wanted to just conclude by saying that we have right now only a few spots left, because people have been registering since we started this marketing campaign. We will have many instructors who are happy to also answer additional questions during the course. So one of the things that we implemented after the first edition is we've done more use cases now. We've done more time for the discussion and interactions about your own projects as well, and ideas that you might be having, how to use this technique for this specific case. So there will be a lot of interactions during the course. And yeah, if you would like to register, here is the QR code to do the link with more everything that I've showed you as the details, and then there is more registration details on this page. I see in the chat there are some questions, and Mara Elsa, thank you for coming here. So any questions that we have from you, because this is really for you, this session.
You can also ask questions by writing them down. I will pick them up. Could you let me know how large the cohort is? I think we decided on 20 people
Yeah.
who would participate. And I think we have a bit more than 10 spots left, probably something like that. So don't hesitate to secure your spots as soon as possible, because we are limited in size.
Yeah, we went with maximum 20 also to make it, more close for discussion, and it will be less of, auditorium thingy, but we will be all together in one big room at the table working together, right? So it has to have a manageable size. So that's why we keep it at a limited number. Yeah. And we have, as Matthias said, 10 more spots, maybe a few more. Thank you.
I think you have a question.
Sergio.
Yes, hello. Hi, Anna. So my question is, I have seen multiple courses from the ETH on EPFL, and I am really surprised that this course is offered also at the EPFL. My question is the SDSC going to offer other type of courses, more in deep courses on the topic of AI? Will be this course be provided in Zurich or in the EPFL, or will be online as some of the courses from the EPFL?
Mm-hmm. Thank you for the question, Sergio. We have currently the DAS and CAS courses, both at ETH and EPFL. Specifically, I think UNIL is leading house on the CAS in data science, and that's a more extensive course. As you say, this requires more time commitment. It will give more ECTS credits for participation. And yeah, it's already running. We have recently, and this actually will happen, I believe, beginning of next year as well. Some organizations have reached out to saying, can you tailor the course to only, let's say, methods that we care about? And specifically, it's in the natural language processing, because there is a lot of documents to process, lots of news monitoring, and etc. So we kind of, when we see that there is a need for the course, we can we then deliver and tailor it. But right now, this will be a current one, enabling innovation in data science, is the starting, let's say, entrance as a generic course, but later on, of course, even more in depth, let's say, on graph neural networks or something. Maybe it's all possible. Thank you for the question.
Oleg has a question as well. He asks whether participants can bring their own data, or will public data will be used for exercises. And I think there you can definitely bring your data, but more than bringing your data, you should bring your problems, right? So if you already have an idea about how data can be used in your organization, that's really what we are looking for, because this will be a big part of the course, will be this canvassing exercise where you will come up with pain points and difficulties of certain data science projects you think about, and we will discuss how you can actually implement it the best way.
In addition to that, the workshop that we will have during the course, we will be also mapping out the risks of the projects, what is the team required, the resources required, what will be the technical metrics. So when you will be running algorithms on your data, how do you evaluate accuracy or any other, model performance as is? But then what is the next level? To translate those metrics into business KPIs or your organization KPIs, meaning if I'm reducing or this number of percent of prediction, will it result in the actual energy consumption reduction, and how can we link the technical plus an operational metric? So this will be not only about the data that you have, but we will be sitting together and finding all the aspects for the data science project to be fully seen together. Yeah.
Great. Maybe, Anna, another question could be if there's extra work required outside of the 5 days, the five training days?
So on that, we have we will have this exercise on the canvassing, which requires you to work on your own problem and your own data set and objectives that you have. If you will not be able to do it in the classroom, it can be taken home and we will be reviewing it the next day. But besides this, we will try to cover, the full 5 days will be already extensive, and we don't expect additional work, only on your own time allowance if you want to dive deep in the topic. And something I did not mention, but by the end of the course, we would expect, of course, that you would attend majority of the course. So it's required to be 4 days out of 5 at least. And we will try to accommodate the online participation if there are some exceptional circumstances, but we really seen that the networking part of being there in person, interacting with other participants, is the why to have and to come in person and to have these exchanges, even grabbing, coffee and lunch together. We will not stop learning during those days. And in the end, as a certification, it will be issued by the ETH Zurich Extension School. So it will be an official certificate from ETH should you complete all the course attendance that is required.
There's another question in the chat, Anna, whether we can expect the next course session in the next quarters in 2025.
Yeah, so right now there's no course that is planned for next quarters in 2025. So don't hesitate to secure your spot for this one. We are in discussions on whether or not to continue with that course. It might take another shape, another form later on, but we don't really know right now.
Yeah, and as Matthias said, we also, every time we do the course, we collect all the feedback, because it's very important to have full value to what you are getting. And that's why this course that we will have today might not be exactly the same that will be later planned, because it will be more and more tailored. So yeah, it's we do step at a time, and we'll be very happy to give you this one already.
Great. There's another question in the chat from Mara Elsa. Thank you. Whether the certification issued by ETH Zurich includes ECTS credits.
So it's the standard then short course type, meaning that at ETH Zurich we have different durations of the course, short one, CAS, DAS, and etc. So it will be there according to the standard scale of the time investment of these 5 days transferred to the ECTS credits, yes. So you just check on the requirements and what would be your expectations with the official ETH scale, yeah, and that we follow that one.
Do we have time for more questions, Anna, if there's still...
I mean, we are 1 minute, 2 minutes past the time. So if there is any extra thing that we can discuss, please shoot it.
We'll share your email addresses once more, and then you can reach out.
So Sergio is asking on the price of the course. It is the standard ETH pricing of 4,000. And if you have been affiliated with ETH or EPFL or its alumni or is SDSC partner, then there is a discount applied.
10%. And what's the main advantage between the course and an online course like Coursera? I would say the main advantage is that you don't get only theoretical knowledge from that course, you get actually practical knowledge. You also meet main actors in the domain, and you get all the experience we gathered the last 5 years working with companies. You also have the chance to talk to different data scientists from our organizations with different experience as well. So I guess that these are the main advantage.
Yeah, and in addition, we will be co-presenting some of the use cases together with the companies. So you have also, directly opportunity to exchange with the people who are in executive role and who are supervising or, leading the project. So that is in addition, this kind of in-person Swiss based network that can be leveraged during the interactions.
Great. I see people dropping. There was one more question, whether we have any recommendations for creating a strong application for the course.
I'm not sure what that is implied.
Application.
We're not going to be really strict on who we accept and who we do not. The only thing we ask of you is to be ready to come in person to the course, to be engaged with the content, and to have already a prior idea about how data and data science can be useful in your organization.